Nauru was a tiny island with more money than it knew what to do with. Its vast fortune was based exclusively on fossilized bird droppings.
The smallest, loneliest, richest republic in the world. A sweltering speck just south of the equator, lost in the immensity of the Pacific. 2,500 miles from Tokyo and Sydney and Hawaii. As isolated as it's possible to be. Nauru is no paradise isle. No fruit, no fresh water, few fish. Its people live in dusty isolation upon their 5,000 acres amid this lunar landscape, stark and unreal. Yet theirs is the most unusual concentration of wealth in the world. For every coral pinnacle down there commemorates the rise to riches of a handful of Polynesians. And this is their gold. This is high-grade phosphate, which has fertilized the fields of the world, from the outback of Australia to Japan to England. And just as it has enriched our farms and our farmers, so it's enriched the citizens of this tiny republic to such a degree that they are now richer than the Kuwaitis or the Americans. They're certainly Pacific plutocrats. Schools and hospitals are free, and so are telephones. Houses cost a token £2 a month, and a free pension awaits. There are no poor. Take your average Nauruan lorry driver. Lorenzo Paul earns £15 a week behind the wheel. But the phosphate company's starting to work his land, so he's preparing to be a dollar millionaire. With the population of an English village, the Nauruans also have their own airline. And they don't fly some tired old DC-3. Theirs is a spanking new £2 million fellowship jet, keeping open the lifeline with Australia. Each quarter day, landowners pick up their 4 or 5-figure royalty checks. It's all many Nauruans have to do. On this improbable isle, every man, woman and child said to be worth £35,000. For the island's annual phosphate income's about £12 million. They've grown almost scornful of such regular dividends.
Only 2,000.
Only 2,639. You only get one of these, do you? Just one. What are you going to spend it on?
Get some speedboat.
Get a speedboat?
Yeah.
Even though the Nauruans knew their resource would only last another generation, they were having far too much fun today to worry about tomorrow.
You might not expect such a Western craze to rumble into the peaceful South Pacific, and suddenly these 100-mile-an-hour monsters seem a bit pointless here, since the only road brings them right back where they started within a few minutes. But money and time must be spent somehow. Now, do you ever have any rumbles here? Trouble with the other gangs?
Sometimes. They want to have a fight with us to see which gang is stronger, so we give them the request.
A fight?
Yeah.
You've got some very big fellas, I can see that, but I didn't think that Nauruans were very violent. I thought you didn't fight.
It depends on how many beers they drink.
But listen, all this talk, you're a policeman.
Yeah, but I'm half policeman and half Hells Angels, as we might say.
$908, that's £450. $908 twice, that's £900. What's she going to spend the summer?
The lady says she's going to buy something new to her in her life. She haven't had a motorcycle before, and she haven't had a car, and also she haven't had a washing machine. And that's how she's going to spend all this money on.
She doesn't look like a ton-up kid to me.
To the public.
This is what's known as laughing all the way to the bank. Sure enough, by the early 90s, the phosphates were running out, causing the economy to collapse. In one mighty gamble, the Nauruans invested their last £2 million in Leonardo, a West End musical. It closed soon after the first night reviews came out. For several years, Nauru was paid to house Australia's illegal immigrants. But now that arrangement has ended and the islanders are broke.